Well, hello, and welcome to the Hornback podcast. This is episode 29. This is actually being recorded on Monday, the 26th of April. County Commission has just concluded their meeting, and in their meeting, a couple of things happened that we're going to talk about. One is the Sports Authority. They approved the folks that are going to serve on the Sports Authority that will help bring the baseball stadium to Knoxville, potentially. And so those are the people who will be financing the bonds for that. Additionally, they approved the sale of the Andrew Johnson building. That was real interesting because it wound up being a vote of 7 in favor, 2 in opposition, and 2 that passed. Commissioner Kyle Ward and Commissioner Charlie Bustler passed. Kyle Ward, being a businessman, really sends a clear message that there's something about this whole sale of the Andrew Johnson building that didn't quite pass muster. The 2 people that were in opposition were John Schoonmaker and South Knoxville's Carson Daly. And they've both been pretty much against it from the beginning. Really what kind of held things up this time is the fact that the developer wants a pilot, a payment in lieu of taxes. So they're getting the building for about $2 million less of the appraised value of what it was appraised for in 2015 or 16. The sales contract is dated 2017, so it was before many of these county commissioners got elected in 18 and in 20. The RP went out in 16. The sales contract came in in 2017, and they've been in negotiations ever since. But the problem is the payment in lieu of taxes. I remember asking the question back last year in late 19 and early 20 about the whole TIF or pilot, and they never indicated that there was a plan for a pilot or a TIF. But then the developer last week at the workshop and again this week at the meeting said that was always their plan. Their plan was always for a payment in lieu of taxes. So there was probably some deception there. But again, we'd gone so far down the road that, it was, for a lot of commissioners, they just, I guess they just want to get it done. So it's probably not going to start out as a hotel, is what they're saying. And so we'll see how that goes. So we got the Sports Authority. We got the AJ building sold. It's pretty much status quo for most of the meeting. But at the very end, they have public forum for those people that are not talking about something on the agenda. And so that had several of the individuals that got arrested last week signed up on public forum, those that had come to protest the murder of Anthony Thompson Jr. at Austin East. Interestingly enough, at that meeting was a heavy Knox County Sheriff's presence at in the main assembly room for these folks who had signed up on public forum to speak. They signed up for their 5 minutes, there was Dr. Daisha. After everyone spoke on public forum, Dr. Daisha Lundy, who represents the 1st District, said there were 40 Knox County Sheriffs Officers in the main assembly room. And she also said there was a SWAT team poised. These are people that have, every time they've protested last week and again this and again tonight at the county commission meeting, they've not been violent. They've kept their protest to the street. They've kept it to the public. They've kept it to the public right of ways, and so there really wasn't any reason to have 40 police officers and a SWAT team poised for 8 or 9 folks that are just going to come and give their First Amendment right to speak. Ever since I've had this blog, started at August 9th of 2004, I always will defend the right of individuals for free speech. I may not agree with you, but I agree with your right to say whatever you want, and you don't have to agree with me, and I've got a lot of people out there that don't agree with what I say, but I just ask that you respect my right to say what I believe and what I think, and again, I try to be like an umpire. I try to call the balls and strikes as I see them, and that's really all I've asked throughout this process. Respect the right of those people to say what they want to say, and let's go through the system. And so that's where we're at, and that's what I ask everyone to do. Is just respect the process and let people say what they need to say, and let's go through the process. The other thing that happened tonight was the Merit Council. A lot of things have been going on with the Sheriff's Department. You got the Martha Dooley hearing that's scheduled for now, July 22nd through the 23rd. Also, you have a couple other grievances coming up with Scott Moore and Ivan Harmon. And there was a move afoot by the commission chairman to potentially get Gina Oster off of the Merit Council, and she got 6 votes, so she keeps her seat. So she still will be chairman of the Merit Council, and they've appointed John Marshall, a businessman who's been active in several political campaigns in recent years. The other night at Center City, he told me he's been involved in 4 races, and he's won 3 of them. So he's now the alternate member. So it's Gina Oster's chairman, Jim Jennings, Jim Wright Jr., and now John Marshall on the Merit Council. Patty Bounds was nominated by Charles Bustler, and she got Charles Bustler's vote on the first vote, and then on the second vote for the alternate position, she didn't get any votes. It was 6 votes for Marshall, 5 votes for Chris Manning, who's a retired law enforcement officer from California. So I don't know if Bounds had decided that she didn't want to be the alternate. I don't know exactly what happened there. There was some discussion before the meeting, before the vote, about whether Patty Bounds, she still has about a year or so left, a little over a year left on her second term on the Knox County School Board, and there was a question about whether an elected official could serve on the Merit Council. When I was elected to the school board in 2000, I actually resigned from the Merit Council, not because I was told that it was illegal, just simply because I felt like with me going on the school board, it gave someone else an opportunity to serve on the Merit Council. But what the law department opined tonight is that although state law says that an elected official can't serve on a Merit Council, the county Merit Council rule was established before the state rule. And so he opined that Patty Bounds could have served on the Merit Council and been a school board member. So, county versus state, whatever that's for. But anyway, so it looks like the Merit Council will continue to go down the road. We got some things coming up next month, I guess, where Larson J is going to try to make some more changes to the. He's wanting to put some changes into how the Merit Council operates, and so we'll be following that as well. But that kind of sums up what happened on County Commission. Hope the next podcast I do here in the next couple of days will be less county and more everything else. So y'all have a great time. Thanks for listening to the Brian Hornback podcast, and we'll talk to y'all real soon.